Everyone thinks train robberies are about masked men and shootouts. They're catastrophically wrong. The true audacity often lies in silence, in precision, in the absence of obvious force. In 1855, a fortune in gold, bound for Paris, vanished from a moving train, leaving authorities baffled and a nation wondering how such a thing was even possible. On May 15, 1855, the Southeastern Railway's 6:30 a.m. tidal train departed London Bridge, carrying a significant consignment. Among its cargo were 4 iron safes, locked and secured, each containing a staggering quantity of gold coins and bars. This wasn't just any gold. 3 safes held currency for the British Army in the Crimean War, destined for the Rothschild Bank in Paris. The 4th, smaller safe, contained gold bars for a Parisian goldsmith. In total, the value was nearly £12,000, a princely sum then, equivalent to millions today. The safes were loaded into the guard's van, a compartment at the rear, under the watchful eye of a single guard, Henry Burgess. His responsibility was immense, his training standard. Nothing about this journey seemed out of the ordinary, at least not initially. The train made its way towards Folkestone, where the gold would be transferred to a cross-channel steamer. The journey was uneventful, or so Burgess believed. What he didn't know was that a meticulous plan had been set in motion weeks, perhaps even months, prior. Upon arrival in Folkestone, a shocking discovery was made. 2 of the 3 large safes and the smaller goldsmith's safe were found to be empty. Their contents, nearly 100 kilograms of gold, had simply vanished. The locks were intact. There were no signs of forced entry. The news sent shockwaves through the railway company and the financial world. How could such a significant sum disappear from a locked compartment on a moving train? The official investigation began immediately, led by Inspector Jonathan Whicher of the Scotland Yard. Whicher quickly realized this wasn't a smash and grab. This was an inside job, a crime of calculated ingenuity. He focused on those with access, railway employees, specifically the guards, but the initial interviews yielded little beyond confusion. The key lay in the journey itself. The train made several stops. At each, new passengers boarded, others disembarked. The guards, including Burgess, were busy. This provided narrow windows of opportunity, but not for the kind of complex operation required. The breakthrough came when investigators examined the safes. They discovered that while the exterior locks were untouched, duplicate keys had been used. Furthermore, the iron bottoms of the safes had been meticulously unscrewed and then rescrewed from the inside. This meant the gold was not removed from the van, but within it. The thieves had to be inside the guard's van, with ample time, the right tools, and crucially, knowledge of the safe's construction. This pointed to an elaborate conspiracy. Whicher's investigation eventually led him to a man named Edward Agar, a railway guard. Agar had a history of petty theft and gambling debts. More importantly, he possessed an intimate knowledge of the railway's operations and the safes themselves. Agar wasn't alone. He worked with James Pearce, a former railway clerk, and William Tester, a master locksmith. Tester was the one who, weeks before the robbery, had created duplicate keys for the safes, using wax impressions taken surreptitiously. The mastermind, however, was William Burgess, a solicitor with a taste for the finer things and a pressing need for money. He had orchestrated the entire plot, leveraging his connections and his understanding of legal loopholes. The plan was audacious. On the night before the robbery, Agar and Tester, using their duplicate keys, accessed the safes in the railway's strongroom. They removed the gold, replacing it with lead shot to maintain the weight, and then resecured the safes. Then, on the actual train journey, Agar, who was on duty, simply removed the lead shot from the safes using the rescrewed bottoms. The gold was then passed through a pre-drilled hole in the floor of the guard's van into a Confederate waiting underneath. This Confederate, a man named George Painter, was hidden in a luggage compartment attached beneath the van. At specific points on the journey, he would drop the gold, wrapped in packages, onto the tracks, where other gang members waited to collect it. The investigation culminated in the arrests of Agar, Pierce, Tester, and Burgess. The trials were a sensation, revealing the intricate details of the plot. Agar, turning Queen's evidence, detailed the entire scheme, leading to convictions. While much of the gold was recovered, the audacious nature of the Great Gold Robbery of 1855 exposed critical vulnerabilities in railway security and forever changed how high-value cargo was transported. It stands as a testament to criminal ingenuity, even in the age of steam. Next, discover the diamond heist, where the thieves walked out the front door, leaving no trace.